crazy dream. Coins drop clinking like a metal song. Game over flash, but I'm still headstrong. Bunch of warriors on a glowing screen. 8-bit heroes in a crazy dream. Coins drop clinking like a metal song. Game over flash, but I'm still headstrong. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. High scores flashing in the midnight glow. Silks and shred and set the tempo flow. Leather jackets and teased up hair. Living legends, we don't care. Electric haze on a battle floor. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more life, it's do or die. Final level, reaching for the sky. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. High scores flashing in the midnight glow. Sips and shredding set the tempo flow. Leather jackets and teased up hair. Living legends, we don't care. Electric haze on a battle floor. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more go, one more life, trick hair. Push the button, hear the roar. Fight the battle, craving more. Game of legends in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Electric haze on a battlefield. Digital ghosts knock at the door. One more life, it's do or die. Final level, reaching for the sky. From veterans in my veins. Pixelated dreams remain. Neon lights, but the night's so wild. Forsaken hand like a reckless child. Our keep buzzing electric fire. Chasing scores higher, 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 higher. Pixel warriors on a glowing screen.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nation Network. Vince McShane with you here, and it is time to say the two most important words of the day. Game on. All right, we're not going to waste a lot of time. We're going to jump into this stuff because 2K is 3 weeks away from dropping their latest bomb, and I mean that in the most accurate way. Everyone's excited. It's going to be the first game for the current consoles, and it's going to be this, and it's going to have that, and it's going to be broken as fuck like it is every single time they put it out. But there are those out there that just going to keep on learning the hard way. Blaze Radio's in the house. Appreciate you jumping on that last stream there, buddy. I was back and forth getting this thing ready, so I didn't see you until afterwards, but I got you. Yeah, it's going to crash on day one. There's going to be all kinds of problems with it on day one because they don't test their games. Guys, I mean, it's a decade in. When you going to figure that out, right? So if you're buying it expecting a great experience, I got news for you. It ain't going to happen. It simply isn't going to happen. Why? They have no reason to make it happen because people are just plunking their money down. So there's that part of it. I do find some entertainment, though, in the stuff that people are currently complaining about. And we're going to dive into that a little bit. And then I'm going to show you two alternatives that I just found yesterday for under $10. And when I say under, one of them was only like $3, the other one was like $7. And one of them in particular, I think is going to dominate me in time in the very near future. Which, by the way, brings us back to the Saturday morning and the 6:05 show that I've been running for a while now. The engagement with the audience is not where I need it to be. So I may be cutting that out for a little while just because I think one of these games we're about to take a look at in a few minutes is going to probably command more of my time, and I think I'll be energized to go in that direction. But that is always, it's just like a TV network program. If the ratings are there, if the interaction is there, if the fans are enjoying it, then the show stays on the air. And when the numbers start to dwindle, they pull the show. So pretty much the same thing here. Week after week, the live interactions have been down. The view count's not bad. That's actually been going up over the last several weeks. Kind of a mixed bag of nuts, I guess, from that aspect. But again, I've said it before. What we do, people like Blaze, myself, requires feedback from the audience, just like real wrestling. We saw what happened during COVID. That shit sucked. So we require that for us to know how we're doing and to get motivated to do more. And I know what you do, McCoy, is a totally different animal than what I do because yours is all original and the people that are in your chat have their characters competing. So you're going to draw a different crowd that way, which makes sense to me. I get why you've got more numbers in the chats and more people watching on the stream because they have that vested interest in those individual characters. That's not my gig. I like just bringing the old days of wrestling back to life because the current day of wrestling sucks. And that's putting it nicely. And then when there's something good about it that I enjoy, she breaks her ankle. So, you can't catch a break sometimes. You really can't. No pun intended on that, by the way. Let's jump in right away with the 2K and get the elephant out of the room, as they like to say. The first videos had dropped, and I didn't see anything about these that made me go crazy and say, holy cow, look at this, look at this. The graphics are so much better. Some parts of them are improved. I would expect that. Everyone's talking about the hair. What good is the fucking hair if you can't play the game? Folks, let's keep everything in order here. The level of what matters. I heard people complaining about the flames in the Inferno match that they look almost 1D, which from the in-ring angle, I agree they do. What do you want me to... And it's like, oh, we're getting all these new match types back. We're not getting shit back. This is stuff THQ had 12 years ago and did it better. They're not giving us anything more match types. You have a dumpster match, which is a casket match. It's just a dumpster. Come on, man. Stop. Y'all pissing on my shoe trying to tell me it's raining out, and that's just not going to work for me. That's just not going to work for me. Here's some more. We're going to have multiple CM Punks. The one thing I was kind of impressed with is that they're going to have CM Punk from his indie days, long before WWE. And I thought that was going the extra mile, which I thought was pretty cool. I might be able to, do something with something like that. Oh, that was the last clip we just saw, that last moment here. Let me see if I can pull that. Hold on a second here. OBS wants to be cute. Track 2. Let me freeze this. Why is it not freezing? Gosh damn it. It's not freezing. Well, anyway, that very last clip there where you saw all the box arts. Why? I hear people saying, I want this box art and I want this. But the only one getting box art is if you get the basic game, because that's the only physical copy you can get. So if you get the digital stuff, you're not going to get that box art because you're not going to get the physical copy of the game. And it's still going to show CM Punk on your console screen. So, other than for the marketing purposes, those covers mean shit. Dude, we all hope it's going to get, the game better. I'm just looking at the track record, and I'm looking at how they ghost the fans when things are going wrong and how they have done this historically for 10 straight years. The definition of insanity, buddy, is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. I'm not insane. What I'm expecting are the same results, and the same results equals they fucked us. The only difference is they're fucking us for more money. And they're being a little bit more open about it, because not only for those of you wanting to get the Monday night edition, which I get the logic, hey, I want whatever the game has to offer, but you're not going to get that. You're going to get the opportunity to get what the game has to offer. And I am telling you, based on what I have to base it on track record. And what they have done to get my faction points and the amount of my faction points. I think you get 100,000 my factions with the Monday night. You'll get maybe, if you're lucky, based on performance in the past, you might get 2 personas for that. Maybe. That sounds impressive. 100,000, oh my goodness, I'm written. No, you ain't got shit. Because it's like saying I walked into the store with $20, I'm going to get some food, but eggs all of a sudden went up to $13.95. Well, you ain't got no money now. And that's what these fuckers do over and over and over again. Even with this current game, the 25, the Liv Morgan Elite figure, which is the only Elite I don't have. And I want it bothers me when I click down the list and there's one little gap in there. But the only way so far to have got her is to have all of these other cards. You would have to spend money on top of money on top of money to get these cards. And then if you complete these cards in particular, then you'll get, no. Not going to drop like $35 to get her. And not only that, it's not that big a figure that most people give a shit about. The show mode universe intrigues me. Yeah, they're supposed to be coming out with news on Monday about universe mode. I'll definitely be tuning in to find out what that's about out of curiosity, because, again, I am sure down the line at some point in time, I'm going to get this game. I am amongst the people that are going to wait it out and see what everyone else is experiencing. I am not going to take it up the ass this time. I've done it too many times in the past. And if it's a real hot mess, I'm not even going to bother. I'll wait till like 4 months down the line when they start doing their 40 off discounts. The only reason I can tell you that I will end up getting it eventually, whereas if it weren't, well, the reason is because it's the first game in the series for the current gen only. So it has a historic value. I have another game in the back over here. Some of you will know what it is when I say the word Concord. Now, if you haven't heard of Concord, it was a AAA release about a year ago, maybe a little less. Big deal. Well, why did I have this game? The game I have is because you can't play it. And I bought it for that reason. You can't play it. Now, that sounds crazy. Why would you buy a game you can't play? Well, if you don't know the story, let me tell you. Concord AAA title release became the fastest game in history to be shut down, which kind of ties back to what I said earlier on in this program. Nobody was using it. They had day one wasn't even good numbers. It was like 2,000. 2,000 users on day one. And that number tanked quickly, which I don't get, because from what I saw of it, it didn't look like a bad game. Now, you would think, okay, well, if you buy in this game, and even though they shut the servers down and it's a multiplayer, so it requires servers, you can still at least maybe muddle around in the screens or do a tutorial thing or something. Maybe there's an offline version. Nope. Nothing at all. It will not. It'll play the title screen, and that's it. But that thing is history. It has gone down in history as the biggest failure. So for that reason, I want it in my collection, because it is a piece of history. And I had to wait a while because the funny thing is when they canceled the game and it became this history-making game, physical copies of this game on eBay were jumping. They were selling for over 130, 150 bucks in some cases because everyone wanted this in their collection. I wanted it with that same logic, but I wasn't going to pay that kind of money. Fortunately, things have changed, numbers have changed, and now you can get them for under, I think, about 20 bucks, give or take. That's about what I paid for mine. I'll never be able to use it. It'll never do anything for me, but from the historical perspective, I needed that. Same thing with 2K26. There's a historic perspective. I will add this. Most likely, that's the catch-22. Well, what I generally do in this situation is if I get, let's say, the 2K25 game digital, then a year and a half down the line, I'll find someone selling it with the physical copy for like 20 bucks, and I'll get the physical copy just because I like to have that as well. So that's probably what will happen in this scenario. But like I said, I'm sitting it out in the beginning. I am waiting. I'm going to see what everyone has to do. I know Mr. McCoy wants to believe this year's going to be different. I know he's also saying it tongue-in-cheek because he knows he's going to get fucked. He knows his saves are going to get deleted. He's been there before. And the thing about him that I love for him is the fact that he's like, we find a way to make it work. Not it anymore, man. I'm done finding a way to make it work. You fucking work because I paid you $150. That's the way it should be. Andrew, how you doing, man? Yeah, again, body morphing is back, and they're acting like this is some big achievement. We had it with THQ. And it was good for THQ. Even then, it wasn't perfect. Like if you want to do Abdullahs and stuff like that, where you really needed to go extreme. But I'm just saying, that was 15 years, 20 years ago. I mean, you would think by last year, the year before, they should have easily been able to do that. Then we were looking at the Undisputed game recently. Their creation suite is fucking phenomenal. And that was an indie game. That's a low-budget game. And man, you can do a lot with that. And here's 2K every year for about $130, and this year for $150. You can't do half the stuff with their creations that you can do with the Undisputed brand. Kevin, I can't even tell if you're being serious or not right now. I don't think you're being serious, but you could be being serious. I don't know. I thought that this was the best part of this game right now, is the fact that their pre-order DLC was not that big a loss, in my opinion. I remember, and the other thing that went through my head is I remembered the Superstar Billy Graham year a couple of years back. And I was like, gosh, damn it, I wasn't going to pre-order, but this is the first time they've ever had Superstar Billy Graham in a damn game, and I got to have Billy Graham. I'll be killing myself if I don't get Billy Graham in the game. And then I didn't hardly use him at all. And since most of what I do has nothing to do with the modern day roster, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's something I'm worrying about too much. Yeah, dude, this is what I'm talking about. Why should I have to play the game to get the DLC I paid for? There's no way you can put a spin on this. I've seen these people that like to suck off 2K on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck, and just, oh, so on day one, you have to have this versus this guy and this guy versus it. Just play the game. Just enjoy the game. Motherfucker, don't tell me how to enjoy the game I pay $150 for. That's like saying I bought a TV at Walmart. It's a nice one, 52-inch. I put it up on the wall and everything. But you can't turn it on yet because we need you to do this, this, and this first. Yeah, you gotta wash the floor and you gotta go cut the grass and which I guess that kind of happens if you have a wife, you know. But I'm just saying, once I buy it, it's mine. And especially if I paid you more than 100% over the asking price of the base game. And then you still, And we're supposed to be like Oliver Twist coming up to you saying, please, sir, can we have some more? Can you please fuck me up the ass a little harder? No. I'll never get people that think that's an okay thing. I'll never. And they're out there. They're out there saying it's not a big deal. It is a big fucking deal. Yeah, the creating arena is another thing. And again, we haven't heard all the details yet. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to be defending these fuckers in a couple of minutes here. What I was hoping to see is what the modders have always been able to do. Like if you're watching my 605 shows, I fucking love what they did with that arena. They made it feel like that small studio. And I mean the Atlanta TBS small studio. And they did it by taking the walls and moving them in with the different screens and things like that. But they put them in places they're not supposed to go. What I'm saying is, why can't it be that you can bring the actual walls in and make it a smaller arena or a studio? Because they do have a studio in 25, but it's still too big to feel right. And all I'm saying is, let us bring it in a little tighter. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Monstar, what's up, buddy? We all players around here. Egg prices are finally down. No, I agree, man. I just paid, I think, like $3 for a dozen. I ran out early this morning. Get it done, man. So wait a minute. What version did you end up going with, man? Tell me you did the Monday night. Tell me you did the Monday night. See, what I was half tempted about thinking is I'd get the base version, and then if it doesn't suck, can you upgrade? I don't think you can, right? You can't just then later on decide you want to upgrade to these other tiers. Or either way, I'm not doing it. Next year, I can't see me getting the most expensive version because no automatic DLC unlocking. When you say next year, are you talking about next year as in this version 2K26? Or you're saying 27 you won't do it, because then why are you doing it this year? You're not going to do it next year. Andrew, what's up, buddy? You're at work. I need your full attention, all right? So you're going to have to quit that job. I'm sorry. I hope it's not something that's deeply invested in you, but nah, I'm just kidding, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, and I know we both find workarounds, but damn it, man, is that the way it's supposed to be? Do you have to find a workaround for your TV? Do you have to find a workaround for your computer? Did you have to find a workaround for PS3, PS2? Dude, you can do one gauntlet. Yeah. 20 matches consecutively. It's not like you can do 10 and then say, I'm going to take a break. I'll come back in an hour. You got to do 20 consecutive. As I've heard it so far, but nothing confirmed on this, what I've heard is that your damage carries over match to match to match. By the end of 20, even on easy, by the end of 20, you're going to be a one hit. I don't think, and again, track record. Anything they've given us in my faction to unlock a Persona card, especially a decent one like the AJ Styles Retro, man, those were not easy. And that was just one match. I just did one the other day for 2,500 my faction points because I had time to kill. And there's still like one or two that I'm saving up all the my faction points I can get at the moment in case they drop the Live Elite figure somehow where you can pick her up, which they haven't done. And I'm wondering if they'll do that at least on their way out the door, because what other, you're not going to add more content to the game, but since you have that content, you might as well let us at least grind for it or pay for it, one or the other. But that was a challenging match just to get that one for the 2,500, and also a little bit of luck involved there, because when that bar starts going zipping back and forth after they hit you with the finisher the third time, you need a little bit of luck, and I got lucky twice in that match. I actually saved it. I might upload it because it was a good match. Yeah, but that gauntlet thing, it's not. I don't think it's going to be easy. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that if you set it on the easy setting that you can walk through it, in which case you still shouldn't have to. But it's better than the alternative. And here's the thing that they shoot themselves with this shit. They've got more bad press for this than was worth. Because do you really, first off, what do you care if I play CM Punk's mode? My career, my story, whatever the fuck it is. What do you care if I play it or not? I gave you $150. You should be real happy about that. Number one. Number two, I gave you $150. Do you think I'm not going to play it at some point in time? I'll play it once. But you forcing me to do it your way. This is fucking Burger King, bitch. Do it my way. I'm the customer. Yeah, well, obviously with the currency exchanges, it's going to be some big money. Dookie Wilco's in the house. What's up, buddy? You in the right place at the right time, man. You wanted to hear me going off on 2K. You in the right place. 225 in Canada money. What are those called? I used to know the word. Damn it. Loonies? Is that loonies? I'd start going with the Monday night. Ugh. My butt cheeks just pinched up a little. You haven't pre-ordered yet, but you're thinking about the Monday night. Well, hey, man. To each his own. You just quit your job for me? Dude, that's true love right there. That's how I know. What you and I got here, this is real. The good old Canadian dollar, monster. Sheesh. Here's the thing with the 25, the 2K25, my goal was to try and use everything in the game at least once. And I couldn't figure out what the hell I was going to... I mean, I could have just done an Elite show or whatever. And then Christmas was rolling around, and I'm like, fucking perfect. Action figures. Some kids play with their action figures on Christmas Day. It just went straight together, hand in hand. I will keep going back to 2K25 for my now annual Christmas special, and we'll come up with some different things. And now with AI doing what it's doing, I'm hoping by next Christmas I have some form of AI going where I can actually almost like, what was that movie? Polar Express, kind of put some scenes together with a kid under the Christmas tree and all that or whatever. Anyway, these are the thoughts that go through my mind. But for that reason, that's why I really want the Liv figure, because number one, the women's roster is not as big as the men's roster. And I like Liv, so there's that. And I'm just a completionist at the end of the day. And that's another thing that bugs me about 2K24, 2K25. The odds of you completing the roster are slim and none, unless you just grind nonstop. But to unlock all of those characters, it's like you're never going to do it. And then they come along with this Liv Morgan character that you're definitely not going to unlock that. Yeah, I know you want to have your organized folders and stuff, and it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to do. Yeah, I know. That's why I remember what the dollar in Canada is called. It's loony, and I think about, like Justin Trudeau, and it's perfect. Loony. It fits. Let's take a look at more 2K26 here before we get into the alternatives, and I think you're going to like these if you haven't already been familiar with the games I'm going to show you. I didn't know that much about them. I'd seen them. People talking about this Ricky Starks entrance, I got to tell you, it looks phenomenal. Everything about this looks phenomenal. The model, spot on. The lighting, the stage, the smoke. It just, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in any wrestling game, especially for pre-hype. And it kind of makes it difficult for them because now you've set the bar and you have to figure, okay, how are we going to maintain this level? But all of that means nothing. The fact that I think he looks great, that means nothing if the game doesn't work right. Here's the thing, and I sat here for the last 24 hours. Every time I'd see another video pop up or another comment pop up, shaking my head in just total disbelief. Here's what melted down the 2K universe. If you haven't already seen this, they were bitching about Maurice having the same attire and the same model for the last 5 years. Legitimate argument, I guess, can be made. So here they released this one to show, hey, we do have an alt. You have to get it through the playing experience. And all they're complaining about now is it doesn't look like her, or the model's not, the makeup doesn't match the costume. When she wore that costume, this is her hair, this was her makeup, and this is, and I'm like, guys, if you think this is the problem you're going to be dealing with on day one, first off, I got nothing against Maurice. But what the fuck does she do in wrestling anymore? In the last 12 months, how many times has she appeared on screen in a meaningful role of any kind? I can't think of one. Even Miz, he's only had a handful of matches that, you know, he had the Cena match, and I think recently he had another one. And I love Miz. I love Miz. But they're not going to put the world title on him again anytime. And therefore, because he's not in no serious storyline, I mean, he might get a chance at Mania this year because everyone's fucking injured. This Mania is going to be the biggest squash. And it ought to humble WWE. It should. Their ticket sales are shit. They are absolutely down 30% from last year. Same venue. A year later, they don't think. They really don't think. There's so many things to take into account. Number one, the biggest sporting event in the world is the World Cup, and that's coming up very soon. If people from Europe are going to travel to America, they'll do it for the World Cup, not WrestleMania. If I've got to choose one or the other, these are big trips. Especially if I'm coming with a significant other or, you know, God forbid, you got kids you got to bring with you. That's going to cost money. And I'm certainly not going to. And I don't know what World Cup tickets sell for. I'm willing to bet. They're not $9,000 a night. So I hope the WWE takes a bath on Mania. They deserve it. They've been greedy fucks. And I know that's all TKO doing it, and I don't care. I want to see them crash and burn in disaster. This will end up being the first year I probably don't watch Mania. I'll watch the highlight clips. I don't have a desire to sit through it. I just don't. I have more interest in the Rumble, and they didn't do a great job on that. The women's was good. Men's not so good. I'm kind of interested, I guess, in the Elimination Chamber. But I have zero interest in Mania. And now that you've lost Braun Breaker, you've lost Chelsea Green, and I know I'm forgetting another couple of names out there that would have been fun to have in there. I don't know. Maybe Miz does get a shot at a title. Who else is left on the roster at this point? Everyone seems to be happy that Trudeau is gone. Now the question is, how's the new dude doing? Looney for dollar bill and coin no bills. It has a loon bird on it. And we only have a $2 coin, no bills. Yeah, that's why I don't travel out of the country. I don't know all this shit, man. Somebody be giving me change the wrong way, and I'd be end up paying twice as much for shit, and I'd never even know the difference. Yep, Monstar's in the same boat, man. We're not looking forward to it. There's nothing about this build, and the fact that they're all freaking out right now. And here's the thing. The answers to their problems are right in front of them, but there's no way, there's no way they would ever acknowledge the solution. And the solution is to go to the community, get people like Murphs, people like me, that come up with our own stuff that's better than their shit. Every time Murph puts out a video, I'm like, gosh, damn it, that is good. And I don't say that about the WWE. Now, what I haven't quite figured out 100% yet is why AAA Worldwide is so much more entertaining. I know the style's different. I know the culture's different. The audience is a little bit different. Obviously, you got all the glitz and glamour with the masks and the capes and the this and the that. I wonder who's doing all. Is it all Conan? Is he the guy really running the show? Because then he's doing it right. And at this point in time, I kept on giving Triple H a little bit of a lifeline, saying that I think it's some of these horrible decisions are coming from above him. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not. I'm the reason I kept giving him the lifeline and giving him the shadow of doubt is because he was so good in NXT. I mean, really good in NXT. And maybe it's like everything else. Maybe after a while, remember, Vince used to be really good at booking too. And then he got out of touch with the audience as we evolved, as ECW came along. He didn't go with it. He went with Duke the Dumpster Drozy and Doink the Clown and got his ass kicked. And then finally, he got an attitude. Not on his own. Got it from Paul Heyman and ECW. And he had to bring Heyman in because he couldn't get, he was out of touch. Heyman has his hand and his fingers on the pulse all the time, even today. He's one of the rare birds that evolves with the product, evolves with the audience. And I think that's what's happening with Triple H. I think personally, he has just lost touch. '51st state Canada coming soon, maybe 52nd after Greenland. Yeah, I think Greenland's a lot sooner than Canada. And while I love our Canadian friends, I don't know that I would want Canada there because I think there's just too many people that have been warped into the liberal mindset. And the last thing we need is another blue state. So I'll say we'll be here for you if you need us and leave it at that. Monstar, nothing is a 0%, buddy. Nothing is a 0. There are a lot of advantages for Canada if they would do that. Fiscal, financial, security-wise, militarily. There are just a lot of different advantages to them. I don't see a lot of advantages for us. Us meaning people of rational mindset. The blue side, I think, would love that shit. All right, well, that's my 2K rant for now. Now let's talk about some good news, shall we? If you haven't seen, and this game I want to say was the one that was about $3. Okay? And it is Champion Wrestler, which used to be an arcade cabinet game, I believe. And it's made by Arcade Archives, and it's a really inexpensive game. And here we have the instruction manual. I haven't actually played the game, so I know there's basically only two buttons you're going to use, which is the X and the square. But then there's times we're using them together, and depending where you're standing, and I'll kind of muddle around with this a little bit. But as we go through, it tells you everything about how to play. Apparently there's from the 7th match on, it's an automatic lose. So if you lose, automatic. Now, like some of the games I've done recently from the arcade series, you can save, like as soon as you win, let's say you win the 8th match, save it. And then you can pick it up from there. So that if you lose the next match, you can always go back and redo it. So like Map Mania works that way. So this shows you your gauges. Your life gauge is on top. Your power gauge is right below that. And then, of course, the timer is going off in the middle. Press the directional button, left stick twice in the same direction quickly in order to make your wrestler do a dash. Climbing turnbuckles. And in this one, you can actually go to all 4 corners, where some of them you can only do the upper top corners. Pick up the weapons on the ground and equip them. Doesn't tell you how to pick up, so I would just guess X or square. But sometimes you have to press both buttons together to get things to happen. Punch and kick buttons. You can throw opponents to the ropes with the directional. What was this one? Throw an opponent. Let's see. Pick up. Strikes. Joint locks. Yeah, here you go. To pin, you have to press both buttons simultaneously. You can escape an opponent's pin by button mashing. Press the button in the ally corner to switch out with your tag team partner. And then you've got your wrestlers, and they each have their own moveset, which is pretty cool for back in the day. Dash and kick is a jumping knee pad. I guess that's his finisher. Or maybe he has 2. Elbow bat. As the match progresses, it will change to a Western lariat. Okay, so that's supposed to be Stan Hansen then. Obviously, that's supposed to be Hulk Hogan. Let's see. Guillotine drop. Yeah, I would say it's probably Hulk Hogan. Looks a lot like The Big Show, but it's probably Andre, because I think this game was out long before The Big Show was a thing. The Matterhorn hip press. That sounds like Andre. The bear hug and the body slam. The samurai. What's his sunset drop? Punch and kick, dash punch is a straight punch, flying kick towards a fallen opponent or an opponent outside the venue. Outside the venue? What are we, in the parking lot? Dash punch kick is your sunset drop. I don't know. Nitro Punks. He's got a missile kick off the top rope, as well as an elbow bat and a drop kick. No idea who he's supposed to be. Got the Black Machine, could be a Tiger Mask. Does it give us anything statistic on these guys, like height, weight, or anything? No. He's got a head drop, elbow bat, jumping knee pad. The Black Machine commands their players when facing right. With the opponent's back near the corner when grappling, up and kick, put the opponent on the corner post. Climb the corner post, punch, or kick, suplex. It's a lot of remembering to do. Jimmy Carbon. The Carbon Kid here. What is he going to do? At close range and to the opponent. Somersault kick. Space Flying Tiger Drop. Holy cow, that's a lot. That's if he's out of the ring. If the opponent is down, he's got the body press. So that's kind of Ultimate Warrior-ish. Cobra Bloody Joe. It's like Seth freaking Rollins, but different. Fire breathing. Elbow bat, drop kick. And he has a Cobra Claw. And those are your rosters. I think it's 8, if I'm not mistaken. The original mode, the high score mode, the caravan mode. So what is the caravan mode? I saw this. Since the score, the moment time is up, gets registered. Your actual score may be higher. The score depending on the screen. I don't even know. Don't know what the caravan mode is. Let's see if it says it here. Is a mode where you compete for scores earned in a 5-minute period without using saves. Ooh, that's interesting. The button settings are the same as those configured in the original mode. Screen filter and size of the display are settings under display settings. Could be interesting. See, again, this game offers you a few different ways of playing it that makes it a challenge. High score mode is where you compete for scores earned without using saves. The game will continue until you get a game over. Basically, you've lost all your lives. The button settings are the same as those configured by the original mode. Blah 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 blah. Okay, menu screen. And these are pretty much the same as Map Mania. Not a big difference here. And if you want a hamster, I guess call Richard Gere. Some of you will get that. Game needs to reset changes. Blah, 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 blah. Do you want to continue? Sure. Not sure what just happened there, but okay. Put a couple of points in. So here are your 8 resters. I'm not going to pretend to remember all of those little specialties that they can do, but let's see. I mean, graphically speaking, it's not terrible, considering the age. Got some hokey entrances there where you got to hop the rail to get in, but okay. All right. Wait till you see the next game. I mean, this is good, I'm sure, for, a few minutes here and there. Fight!
Ready, wrestle.
Oh, wrestle. Kick his ass. Oh, what happened? Oh, shit.
1, 2.
Suplex. Oh, brain buster. Went for the elbow, nobody home. I was trying to time it. Shit, they don't stay down very long. And he got me. I got him. Ooh, that had to hurt. Can't remember how to pin him. Oh, I don't know what I did, but I'm pinning him. Victory! Winner! All right, the clown is around. How do you freeze this thing? Oh, okay. Just trying to find the pause button. So that's this one. And again, that was like $3. So I'll mess around with that a little bit, have some fun with it. But this was surprising to me. I had seen it for a while, and it just looked too hokey, and I'm like, nah, I'm not in the mood. It's on sale right now. Both of these are on sale, actually. They were discounted anywhere from like 40 to 60%, I think, depending on which game. And at that price point, I was like willing to roll the dice because I am looking for something entertaining, knowing that 2K26 probably ain't going to be that. I think it's going to be frustrating as all hell. So Action Arcade Wrestling, I already messed with this a little bit yesterday, and I was like, okay, I got to put it down now before I start falling into the friggin' rabbit hole here. So when you get the game, first thing you have to do is go through this. I think it's a mandatory first-time only tutorial. I don't know if you can skip it or not. You probably don't want to anyway. But in the meantime, you can always go back and go through the tutorial again. Here's the thing that I was blown away by. I figured it was just going to be matches and all that kind of stuff, right? You can go in here and let's start with this. There's a creation tool. Not in the game. It's online. You download it. So you're talking about PC capabilities. Well, what does that matter to me? Let me show you. I don't know if I can. Let me see. That's just going to show he's been updated. Okay. So we got Randy Orton. We've got Doink the Clown. We've got The Fiend. Cody Rhodes. This is just, you're allowed to do 60 a day, up to 300 roster. Let me say that again. Up to 300 on your roster. Kerry Von Erich. B. Brian Blair. The Ultimate Warrior. Bret the Hitman Hart. And there are multiple versions of these. These are all creations by fans. And here's the other thing. You go to the website, you download the tool to help you create wrestlers. You don't have to have the game. You can, if you just want to create wrestlers and upload them for other people to play in the game, you can do that. We've got a Kane. He's wearing a cape, which I think is a little bit hokey, so I may switch him out for one that doesn't. But he has fire coming from his hands, and I thought that was perfect for this game. Got a John Cena, and they look like the actual character. I mean, facially and stuff like that, they're pretty good. Magnum TA, Jake the Snake Roberts. Now, you can't really see them in these thumbnails until you bring them into the game. However, when you're downloading them, you can. So we're going to go and do a couple of more downloads so you get a better idea. Razor Ramon, Scott Steiner, and Rick Steiner. I saw the superstar Billy Graham, and that's the bald version, which is kind of one of my things. I kind of liked superstar Billy Graham in those late 80s. I know he wasn't at his best, although he wasn't all that great in the 70s either, really. But there was something about the look of him, man. He was so friggin' just thick and looked like a guy that would fuck you up. The bear hug seemed much more realistic in the late 80s to me. He looked like he had that kind of power. Shawn Michaels, American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, even has the little splotch thing on. I mean, that's how much detail you're able to put into these. The mismatching knee pad colors, the boots are on at point. Hulk Hogan, Ted DiBiase, Roddy Piper. There's Rick Steiner, Kurt Angle. We got two different versions of the Road Warriors. I may end up deleting these because I think they wrestle with the shoulder pads on. I don't think it comes off once you hit the ring. We'll find out. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Bam Bam Bigelow, Goldberg, Sheiky Baby. There's Animal without the pads. That's a separate download. Same thing with Hawk without the pads. Jake Roberts, the LJN. And that's all I did so far. Now, let's go to downloads, and now it goes to the server. Here are the top ones at the moment. And you can do a search down below by adding keywords. But look at these things. The Spawn. Man, that thing looks good. So if you want to get a closer look at it, you can go to your preview. Didn't take this long last time. There we go. And then you can actually spin it around and get an idea what you're getting into. But that looks pretty damn good. And the eyes glow. Really nice. So you can do that. I wish you could do that once you've downloaded them, but you can't. So here's Randy Orton that I've got. We'll take the preview. Keith O'Toole, thank you, man. I appreciate you checking it out. I was mentioning earlier on in the stream, I may, because of this game and this, once I haven't downloaded the creator yet. I'll do that probably later today. I've got this feeling I may get really hooked into this. So I may be taking a hiatus from the Saturday shows because the interactions aren't there and it's not helping the channel in any way. The watches are there. You know, people are watching the stuff. But there's like nobody's posting comments on it during the live stream. It's during the premiere, it's kind of way down in interactions, and that's what helps the video go out to more people. Last I checked, we were 8 away from 3,000. Hell, we might be at 3,000 now. I guess I should have looked before we came on. Look at Olaf. I mean, wait till you see some of the stuff. Here's the Doink. Again, every detail is there. Front, back. It's kind of an animated 3D, which I like that a lot. Got Luna, Beth Phoenix, Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero. Finish him. There's the Bray Wyatt. Aki Man. Will Ospreay. I think that's the Cody I took. Got the tattoo on the neck. I didn't even catch that. I mean, come on, man. Obviously, the art style's different, but I like it. I like this art style. That is not the Ultimate Warrior I took because I didn't like the outfit. I know he wore that outfit. I just didn't like that outfit personally. Rey Mysterio. Ludwig Borga. Corey Zebra. There's my Kerry Von Erich. There's another Kenny Omega. Got the Warlord. Let's get a look at Kenny. I never did look at him yesterday because I knew I wasn't going to be. Hair is a little funky, but again, it's the art style. Scoop Slam Driver. So it sounds like they got a shit ton of moves in here because everyone seems to have their stuff. The Warlord. Dude, they've got a fucking pencil in this game. That's a wrestler. They've got a Christmas tree. That's a wrestler. They don't have arms or anything. It's literally a pencil, but it'll do all the moves. B. Brian Blair. I don't remember if I got Jumpin' Jim Brunzell or not. Colossus, Dustin Rhodes. This is the Ultimate Warrior I went with. And again, you got the tassels. I mean, it is really good. The face paint looks solid. So I am looking forward to getting this creator and messing around in there. There's several different Bret Harts. This is the one I went with. It'd be nice if they could have an alt attire, but doesn't seem like that's a thing. Black Adam. This I thought was awesome. The robot from Lost in Space. Give me a break. Look at this shit. I mean, you can have as much fun with this game as you can imagine. Look at this. And you can't have him without having Dr. Smith. And that even looks pretty damn good. Got Stan. Oh, I missed that. Chris Danger. Mr. Dankops. Looks good. Sandy Claus, the Grinch. Bane. Austin Theory. Vader with the lightsaber. Let me get a look at the helmet and all that. Oh, from what I can see of it, it looks decent. Not quite right, but it's not bad. The rest of the outfit is solid. And you get a lightsaber as well. Like this angle here, he looks spot on. Speaking of hockey, at 3 o'clock, the U.S. team, the men's team, gets back on the ice. I'll probably watch that one. Masked Royal, Iron Man. Iron Man looks pretty good. Shredder. Sami Zayn, go fuck yourself. There's the Kane with the cape that I got. Jack Skellington. There's John Cena. Let's take a look and see if we can see him. Oh, this one's broken. I can see him. But even the jorts, I mean, they have a little play in them. They're not solid the way you would think they might be. Magnum, Batista, a gobbledy friggin' gooker. Now you know it's the real deal. This is insane. I can't wait. We got Roberts from the King of the Ring, JYD, and I'm pretty sure that's the one I got. Hillbilly Jim, Kenny Omega, Juventud, Stu Grayson, Orko. I don't know how these work with the ones that kind of float in the air like that. Buddy the Elf, CM Punk with the tattoos, Reza Ramon. Here we got La Parka. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bones. By the way, people have asked about La Parka. Is this the same La Parka from WC? Obviously, it can't be. But there was a really good video on YouTube that delved into the history of La Parka, the character, as opposed to L.A. Park, and how there was a whole fight over the name rights from the original performer. And that current La Parka has nothing bloodline-wise to do with anything. It's just a matter of who had the rights to the name of the character. But the character is still over. Britt Baker. I missed this the first time around. Let me see. I would like her in her Pittsburgh gear better, but let me see. You got the Britt Baker logo there. She's got the glove on. Finisher, the beach break. Running knee drop. Side slam, crossface. Egon Venkman, Michael Myers. There's the superstar Billy Graham that we picked up. Nightlight. Pillman Jr. Trapjaw. There you go. Here come the obligatory turtles. Although I don't think they have shells, do they? Wait. I may be wrong. I am wrong. They have friggin' shells. Holy shit. Dude, I'm telling you right now, Jericho will definitely be in here. I haven't come across him yet, but there's Canyon. There is no name that you can think of that won't be in here by this point in time. It's not a new game. And here's another Spawn. I kind of like this one better because this is more the original. Back when I was collecting the McFarlane figures. Look at that. Yeah, that looks so good. Very impressive. Death's Head. Got Kofi, Big E, and Xavier. Another Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels. That's the one we picked up. I wasn't thrown over the top here by this Alexa Bliss. And mostly because of the hair. And I'm sure that's as good as it gets for the ponytails, is my guess. Silver Surfer. Colt Cabana came out pretty good. Jinder Mahal. There's Abyss. Macho Man. Dusty Rhodes, baby. Matt and Nick. Jeff Hardy. Make Spawn a heel. Wouldn't be all that hard to do, really. Sabu. Juventud again. His AEW. Okay. There's Chris Jericho. Let's get a close-up. Kind of like his hair to be a little bit longer, but the face looks good. The makeup's on. Tattoos are accurate. They gave him the dad bod a little bit. The falling face buster and the Boston Crab. They didn't give him the Judas effect. wonder if that maybe isn't in the game. Loki, Kratos. And as I was going through this list, I was thinking, you know what? I might make some of the characters from the other video games. And somebody's already done it here. The Great Puma's here. Sasha Banks doesn't look right. She doesn't have 15 belts hanging off of her. And you do make titles too, by the way. Insane Warrior, again, from the Matt Mania. Iceberg, the Pittsburgh goalie, or the Pittsburgh mascot. Let's see how accurate he can look. Wow, that's pretty fucking good. My goodness. Daniel Bryan. There's the Hogan. Harley. Ultimo, and what I like about their Ultimo is the upper part stays on him. Anyone who ever makes it in WWE 2K, it ends up being painted onto the skin, and I just can't. Jey Uso Retro. NWO Savage. I mean, I could spend hours just doing this. I love watching, looking at other people's work. Here's a nice looking Edge. I don't know. Did I take Edge? It'll tell me right now. If you've already downloaded it, it won't let you do it a second time. And I guess the 60 count is a 24-hour window. So once I hit 24 hours, and I don't know what time I started messing with this thing. It might have been 6 o'clock at night or something. Cesaro. Hayabusa. Ooh. I'm going to take him. Cosmic Doom, Top Rope 450. Now, you can also create promotions, which I'm going to get to that in a minute. And what I kind of need right now is to fill my NWA roster up. Mitsuhiro Masara, Big Vader again. This time he's got all the gear on. Dark Phoenix. Grogu, come on, man. But this is what I'm telling you. This little thing, he'll do all the moves, man. He'll drop kick you. He'll send you over the top rope, staying in his little cradle. So this game, for fun, I don't know how you're going to top it. Scarlet Witch. There's the DiBiase I got. Again, King Slender, Giant Panther from the... I think that was Matt Mania, if I'm not mistaken. There's the Piper we got. Animal, again, with the shoulder pads and all. It looks great, but then you're going to wrestle with that stuff on. So that's why I got the other ones. And I'll end up deleting the other one that's still there. Kevin Owens looks good. Luger in the WWE gear. Starman, again, there's your Matt Mania stuff. Got your Boogeyman. Braun Strowman. Talk about something that just didn't never really work. Captain Planet. Holy shit, that's a throwback. Yes, make great champion, Yoda will. The horse is strong with this one. Cyber Smoke, Predator. All we need now is the Jar Jar Binks. Oh, that's actually a pretty good looking Cody Rhodes too, to be honest with you, but I already got one. Dr. Wily. Deadpool. Check out Steamboat, but again, he's got all the gear on. Looks great. Okay, Rick Steiner's roided up in this one. Sasha Banks. Actually, this looks a little bit better than the one I saw earlier. Alexa Bliss. I like the hair better, even though it's not the ponytails. Body seems a little strange, so I'm going to go no on that. Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch. Oscar, really? Okay. Captain Lou. I don't think you have managers. One Man Gang, Drew McIntyre, Captain America. Here's another Cody. That one's not impressing me as much. Do kind of like the Macho Man right there, yeah. Gotta be honest. Snap into a Slim Jim, yeah. Gibson. Look at fucking Popeye. Holy shit, they got the jaw. Hold on a minute, I gotta see something. Yeah, man, you can walk this thing up a bit. And the smoke coming out of the pipe. And look at the forearm. So again, these games have been letting you work out the morphing on body parts that don't have a fraction of the budget of a 2K. San Martino, that looks pretty good. Rocky Johnson, holy shit. Let me get a look at him. Nice, got the sideburns down. Somersault kick. That's not it. If you would have had the sunset flip on there, and maybe you can add that later, I don't know. You got the BWO, or at least two of the BWO. Big Stevie Cool. Adam Cole, Shawn Michaels. There's Hawk. Ooh. All right, we're going to take Booker and hope that we find his brother here somewhere. Sheamus from the old days. Mr. Kennedy. Magneto. Master Chief. Brutus. Did I do? I don't think I got a Brutus. Well, it'll tell me. Oh, I have. See? It'll tell you. Okay. Mr. T. I pity the fool. Santa Claus, you better watch out. Big Papa Pump. Let me get a look at him. We'll take it. Like I said, I need my NWA/WCW roster to fill out a bit. Antonio Inoki. Let's see how he looks. From the right angle with the shading, not too bad. Soda Popinski. Oh my goodness. Now we're going. Mike Tyson punch out time. Bear Hugger. Little Mac. Now it's a party. I don't think there's a GM mode or anything like that. We'll dive into that in just a couple minutes, man. I'm just enjoying the window shopping here. I already picked up the Rick Rude, I'm pretty sure. And I'm still looking for the other half there of the Harlem Heat. Dr. Doom, Wolverine, got the friggin' claws out. So here you go. You could have this dude here, the Suplextron 5000. Go up against a robot from Lost in Space. Pilgrim Paul, Super Phoenix, Edge. Oh, there's first look at Psycho Sid. Not horrible. Another Goldberg. Friggin' Big Bird. I have a feeling the ones that had more work done on them is why it takes longer to load them up. A lot of morphing went on with Big Bird. Antonio looks like Gunther. Yeah, I suppose. And I'm sure Rocky and Drago are in here. Damn, guys, seriously, look at this shit. Hey, I'm just saying, I don't know if Sam's going to check in on this video or not, but this is what you're working with, man. Ho! Tough guy. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ash Williams, Winnie the Pooh. You can make a fucking donut. A wrestling donut, guys. It doesn't get any better than that. Homer Simpson looks like Andre the Giant in height. Solid Batman. Captain America. A friggin' piranha plant. More turtles. Eddie Guerrero. Venom. Another Shiki baby. Here you go, pencil. A friggin' pencil. And it wrestles. I've seen video. I thought this was funny. I love the 80s with the t-shirt, and then they got the Rubik's Cube for the head. Optimus Prime. Good-looking Spider-Man there. And this is where I think I got my Road Warriors from that don't have the pads on. Again, I mean, wrestling with those pads on be stupid. I'm not sure why it says Mini-Me. And it's not Mini-Me. It's, what's his name? Sin Cara. Mr. LT. Tangent. There's an Xbox, and that looks good. The Patriot. Del Wilkes. And there's the Hawk that I downloaded. We got a couple of Demolition members there. We got Earthquake. There's that LJN Jake Roberts. That's the ultimate. No. Or maybe. Not sure if I went with that one or not. Roddy Piper. I don't know. Do I want to go with the one I got, or would I want to go with this one? From the front, it looks good. From the side, that hair's kind of eh. I'm going to take it. Supposed to be collecting NWA wrestlers here. I'm not finding as many of those, which is surprising me. Giant Panther. Damn, Macho Man looking all glossy like an LJN. Oh, they said Hasbro. Okay. There's the LJN down there. Look at the Hogan. All right, let's go one at a time here. I'm trying to figure out how they got that gleam on. Holy cow, that looks really... So if you want to have the action figure wrestling, then you can put that effect on them, I guess. I've really got to download this thing and mess with it. Pac-Man! Damn it, man. There's an LJN Macho Man. I like the skin tone. It actually looks better. Okay, so that's it for the... There, let's try for the first time ever. I'm going to just put in NWA and see what I get. So, got that. All right, Terry Funk, Ric Flair, here we go. Although, since I'm doing it for the NWA, I'll see if I have an older version of him before he went with these. Let's see how Flair's looking. See, I don't think that looks all that great, to be honest with you. The Deep Creek Ding. I'm going to guess that's a shot to the balls. Top rope knee drop and the figure 4 leg lock. Okay. Let's see if there isn't a better version, though. NWA Arn Anderson. Looks pretty solid. We'll take it. Does it have the creator's name? It doesn't. See, that's a little disappointing that you can't have your favorite creators. Dr. Death Steve Williams. There's Robert Gibson. We couldn't find him earlier. Take him now, though. Not sure if... Did I take Ricky Morton? I think I did. Rocky Johnson. Shark Boy. Looking good. There's the Lex Luger. There's the Ricky Steamboat. Now we're getting somewhere. And there's Ricky Morton. Thunder Rosa. Not bad. Nikita. Gotta have Nikita. We are closing in on our daily limit. I already got a Von Erich, Bobby Eaton, and hopefully we will find Stan Lane or Dennis Condrey here. Yeah, today at 6:05, we're going to try and figure out what happened to Dennis Condrey. Still haven't quite solved that one. Nick Aldis, Alundra Blaze, Magnum. Oh, this looks better than the one I got. Well, about the same. Akeem, the African Dream, Jim Cornette, and oh, he's even got the tennis racket. Come on. I got to see if you're allowed to put managers in. There's Stan Lane. If you can add managers, then I'll get Albano and I'll get Cornette. And there's Luger as the Patriot. Dusty with the polka dots. Don't nobody want to remember that. Let's see how this Ric Flair is looking. I already don't like that hair. Ron Simmons. Oh, yeah, for sure. Jesse, go fuck yourself, Ventura. We got Steamboat already. Damn, even a megaphone for Jimmy Hart. It's in the game. A Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. There's Ivan Koloff. Well, it's hard to have one Russian without the other. Michael P.S. Hayes. I might come back on that. Bob Backlund, Caravan, Von Erich, Tully Blanchard. I don't think I got me a Tully, right? I got Arn. I'm going to wait because I don't think that's even close to the same sizing. Superstar Billy Graham. I like that one a lot. I actually like that better than the one I got. Yeah. I'm going to keep that one. I'll get rid of the other one. Scott Flash Norton. There's Jimmy Garvin. So we got Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes if we want to do the Freebirds. I think I'm going to have to actually make a list of these so I can see which ones I got, don't got, what I need, don't need. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. The Boogie Woogie Man. The Destroyer. Luthez, nicely done. Ox Baker, get a look. And my main man, the Masked Superstar. I am definitely going to grab that. I was talking to Jay. If y'all didn't see our new show that we do on Sunday mornings, which is the recap of AAA Worldwide. So it's basically Lucha Chat. And we were talking about masks. And I was looking for, you might be able to see, well, not right now, you can't, but if I switch cameras, you can. Behind me there. Got a bad habit of not remembering to click things off. Well, straight behind my head there, you can see some masks up on the back. I picked up a couple of new ones. And one of them is the La Parka, and then the other one is kind of a Patriot mask. And what I was looking for was a Masked Superstar mask, and you just can't find them. There's one out there that's similar, but it's got like the stars going all the way around, and they want an absurd amount of money for it. Where the ones I'm getting are for like maximum $20. Page 3 out of 4. Superstar Billy Graham again, but I'm good with the ones I got now. Dusty Rhodes in his bunkhouse gear. Dory Funk. Mr. Hughes. The Headhunters. Oh, there's a name. Mad Dog Vachon. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Fritz Von Erich. Iron Mike Sharp, and he's got the arm pad. Headhunter B. Man, it was a bad day for Ric Flair Creations, I guess. I think they just don't have the right hair for him, is what it looks like to me, because these guys are making good stuff. I'm a little surprised that the Flair hair isn't kind of a set thing. Peter Maivia. Mr. Wrestling 2. There's a blast from the past. Superstar Steve Austin. Haystacks Calhoun. Damn. Buzz Sawyer. There's the Terry Funk I was hoping I would find. Hair's not quite spot on, but it's all right. We got Steamboat already. Edge. Redozen. The Spoiler. Ooh, that's a good one. Carlos Colon. I will probably make a Lucha roster as well. There's another cornet with the tennis racket. I've got to see if you can have managers there. Chief Wahoo with the headdress. Only thing is I can't have him wrestling in the headdress. But at least they have the headdress. They took it out of 2K, the fuckers. Gypsy Joe, the Butcher Vachon, Mr. Wrestling again, Antonio. This is I think, a better Jimmy Valiant. I guess they're about the same. This is just different attire, which I kind of relate to a little more, I guess. Joe LeDuc, Leapin' Lanny, Farouk, Steve Kern, and Stan Lane are both here. And that Magnum's looking pretty good, too. I'm just trying to remember. I've got one already. I think I'm going to stick with the one I got. Ricky Dozen, Bram, and that's it for NWA. All right, that's good enough for now on that. Let's get into... We can take a quick look at arenas. I didn't spend much time in this. I did grab one or two. And I am sure Morocco was in there. If I do a search for him, I'm sure he's going to be there. So you got like Mortal Kombat, Ohio Valley, the Raw Attitude. Like I said, I had this idea, but a lot of guys beat me to it. Taking the other games, contents, and bringing in. Got a Candyland. There's one that we're going to see in a minute that I am totally going to make in 2K25. I was looking at it going, gosh damn it, it's brilliant. Galactic Wrestling. I think that was the board game. Aki Corporation. Your Wrestling Challenge. I like this. I thought this was clever, making a rec room pool table out of the ring. Wrestling Empire. Starcade. Super Brawl. It's coming. I think it's on this next page. American Gladiators. 365 ring. Not sure what that is. This is the ring that I made a few weeks ago on 2K25. Or 24, I take it back. 2K24. Or maybe even 23. Might have been 23. But anyway, same ring. Pac-Man ring is cool. This is the one, buddies. I didn't download it, did I? I did. Okay. Look at this ring. I got to make this in 2K25. Absolutely brilliant. So like I said, with all this, I know I grabbed that one. All the stuff you can do, and that's already been done. I mean, if you don't want to create stuff, don't worry. It's already there. You were asking about wrestlers. Hold on. You were asking about Morocco specifically. Let's put it to the test. Only one. Holy shit. But there is one, and it's a good one. It's quite solid. I'll take it. But there you go. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Boogie Woogie Man. No doubt about that. All right, so the arenas we looked into manage federations. So I've done this one. Let's create a new one if we can. There we go. Now, if you want to spell out the wording, you can do that. I'm not going to do that. So you got your World Championship. Let's go to the roster real quick here. Boom. And let's figure out who we're adding. I already got Animal and Hawk in the WWF. Okay. So we're going to add Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Booker, Dusty, Goldberg. This is the one I gotta delete still. There's Ivan. I gotta get rid of this. I think I'm gonna delete this one and keep this one. Total package. Magnum. We'll give him the Masked Superstar. Akita. Not too many baby faces. Here's a couple. Here we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Keeping the Piper with the kilt or going with Piper with the blue trunks if I had to get rid of one? There's Ron Simmons. There's Scott Steiner. There's the other Scott Steiner. Stan Lane. Oh, Stan's double dipping now with the fabulous ones. That one's going to go away. Superstar Billy Graham. Terry Funk. All right. That gives us a roster now. World Championship, we can assign that. Did I not get a Ric Flair? After seeing all those ones I wasn't thrilled with, I passed on all. All right, we'll give it to Dusty for now. Dusty going to have to try and defend that bitch. All right, so now as we go to the World Championship, now we can change the strap color if you want. Let's see, they had that burgundy thing going on, but I don't know if we can. That might not be one of the options. That's close. Then you have usually one or two strap types. In this case, doesn't look like it's doing that. I'm not sure why. So there's your sides, which is basically the button colors, it looks like, yeah. Or you can change it to plates. So for the world title, we'll put the plates on. And then you got your main plate and your main plate 2. And that's pretty much all so far anyway that I've been able to find. Your first icon is either the globe or globe 2. So it's not like massive customizations, but you can get a little something done. There's also a star thing going on as another option, but we'll stick with that, I think. So you can do a little bit of drop shadowing here if you want to, or you can just customize. And that should have saved. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So now you got that title. As you scroll down now, you have your junior championship. So we'll say the U.S. title, I guess. Or it says national. You know what? We'll go with national. What the hell? Let's assign that to, I'm thinking Magnum. Let's go Nikita. We already got a babyface champion with Dusty. Same thing with the belt. Same offerings for the most part. Nothing going to change there. See if we can get the red strap, kind of like the TV title. Here we go. Not sure why there's not a difference in the strap, but there's not. We can check on rockers. I'm sure they're in there. And again, this is the thing. You can make these things any way you want, change them up any way you want. I'm going to go with that for the junior title. Leave that like that. Second icon. Then you got your tag team titles. Whatever you do on this one will automatically carry over to the second one. We'll go with Eaton and Stan Lane here, I think. So far, strap color. I don't know what color I want to go with here. I want it to be different than the other ones. Let's try a green if I can get a green to show up here. That works. Again, not exactly historically accurate, but when you consider the budget this game operated off of, wait a minute, did I just get fucked up? I did, didn't I? All right, leave that alone. It bounced me. Then we need Stan Lane. Midnight Express, boom. And then the belt is already done. You only do the belt once for tag team, but you have to assign it to 2 different people. Those 2 promotions are done, in the bag, so to speak. Managed federations, recent creations played, Creation tool. So again, for the creation tool, the way you're going to get that, and you can do that without getting the game. There's the website, actionarcadewrestling.com. It'll show you where to download the stuff onto your computer, and then from there, you can create these guys. I don't think you can do Survivor Series in this. I don't think it'll go that many players. Let's go. Exhibition, 2v2, 3v3 Tornado, Battle Royal, Battle Rumble, 3-way dance, 4-way dance, 4-person elimination, 1v2 tag team, 4v4 tag team, 5v5 tag team. Oh, wait, hold on. There are eliminations. Up to 5 again, man. 2K. I mean, granted, 2K puts a lot more into their graphics, and that's going to put a demand and a strain on the systems, and I get it. But I don't know, guys. What do you think? Would you rather 2K go a little softer on the graphics and be able to have a 5-on-5 elimination tag match? Because as you can see here, the graphics are not up to the par of a 2K, and it's still fun, and it's still going to be cool. All right, and here's something I don't know the answer to yet, but we're going to find out right now. Can I sim a match and just watch it? I don't know the answer to that. So in case I can't, I'm going to set it to easy because I have no idea what I'm doing in this game. Match length, arcade, normal, arcade. All right, I'll say normal. I don't know. Let's go with the retro arena, the raw attitude. I got Bash at the Beach, Super Brawl. Ah, yes, of course. Why am I thinking? Submission, yes. Weapon throw in, sure. We'll say no because we're trying to keep this traditional. Weapon outside the ring, chair, bat, barbed wire, the axe, the broadsword, candy cane, guitar, katana blade. Man, they're playing for keeps. Got the light tube, the blue sword, the green sword, the purple sword, the red sword. A lot of swords. Sledgehammer, table. What if the table breaks? Trash can, inflatable bat. Let's go with the table. Weapon outside on... Oh, that's on the left. Oh, beautiful. Chair. Barbed wire. Spots. I'm not sure what that's about, but we'll let it find out. Number of power-ups says 6. What just happened? Oh, I didn't select participants, dumbass. All right, let's try again. All right. Random fill. Let's do a WWF versus NWA. Never got a Jim Brunzell. I got to check on that too. We'll go with Bret Hart. Computer. Okay, hopefully these can all be computer then. That would be awesome. This wrestler holds at least one title. Would you like to put the title on the line? No title. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right, we're set on that side. Oh, I didn't see Sting. Definitely got to work on that. Okay. I'm going to go with the Midnight Express. Take Dusty. Yeah, I think that Magnum actually does look better than the other. Still need Stan Lane. And you can sim. I love this. I'm sure I'll want to play it at some point in time, but
Russell!
action underway in this one, ladies and gentlemen. The Hitman Bret Hart locking up with beautiful Bobby Eaton on the Midnight Express here in the PlayStation Arena. It's the World Wrestling Federation going up against the NWA. Jake Roberts taking a shot at Bobby Eaton, and the distraction is going to cost him.
A new power-up has appeared. Strike Buck.
Oh, the Brain Buster, down he goes.
What a reversal!
Don't know how to reverse yet. I got to figure that out too. And these power-ups, haven't quite figured out what they're all about. Spot call. Let's see what that looks like. Has him up in the air. There's a slam. And beautiful Bobby returning the favor now comes over. Thought he's going to make a tag for a moment there. Brain Buster.
A new power-up is up for grabs.
Big pop-up pop. Scott Steiner getting a hold of the Hitman. Thus far, nobody's making a tag out. A little concerned about that. Nice block by Eaton. Comes back with a big right hand. Okay, so the spot call gives you a time limit to do something, so they're supposed to run his head into the guardrail. He's got him in the sharpshooter.
Submit.
One down. Bob Eaton heading back to the locker room, and now Sweet Stan Lane comes in. NWA trailing in this one. So if he doesn't hit his head into the guardrail, he's not going to get that. I'm going to assume he'll lose some points. See a table there ringside, but it's not set up. Over the top rope, and boy, does he land with a thud.
A new power-up is up for grabs. Resilience.
Back and forth battle here. Stan Lane with the tag made finally. I'm starting to wonder if there were tags happening here. Oh, my word. off the top rope. Dusty Rhodes just driving down. Here's the power slam. And now the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes with a DDT.
A new power-up is available.
Oh, he's collecting power-ups like they're going out of style. The Hitman desperately needs to make the tag. Dusty outside the ring playing a little do-si-do. He's going to try and, I don't know if he's going to try and tire him out or tire me out. And this time we saw Luger reaching over the top rope, getting hold of the Hitman tag has made Randy Orton, the Viper, going up against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Steel chair there on the floor. Nobody wants to pick it up. Okay. Perform a tag team move. Kind of be curious to see him do it.
A new power-up. Grapple buff.
Orton has him, belly to back suplex, and down goes the American Dream. Back and forth battle. Dusty Rhodes has him, belly to back suplex, and down goes the Viper.
Passive help.
Snapmare takes him over now. Knee to the midsection. Tag is made. Sweet Stan Lane. Comes in with the table. Oh, and he does set it up. Holy shit. Well, little clipping issues going on here. Oh my goodness, it explodes. There's a fan in the third row pulling something out of his eye. There's a scoop slam. Jake the Snake Roberts coming up now. Doing a number on Stan Lane. There's the Gutbuster. Sweet Stan down. His tag team partner, Bobby Eaton, already eliminated. The NWA, I beg your pardon, needs to find a way to get back into this match. And there's a tag to the Powerhouse. Big Papa Pump. Got caught with that short arm clothesline, courtesy of Jake Roberts. Well, they might want to work on the AI part of this. Little do-si-do action as both men trying to avoid contact. Sounds like me and my ex-wife. Here on the floor, finally, Roberts just cannot grapple him. Back and forth battle here. Has him up in the air, suplex, and Big Papa Pump goes down. See if Roberts throws him into the steel post. Oh, he goes down low. I'm sure with all the roids running through him, there's not much to hit. Cameraman trying to keep up with the action if he can. Both men exchanging blows now. Oh, there's a shot by Cody Rhodes. And once again, Cody getting in there. Tag is made. You've got Cody Rhodes on one team, Dusty Rhodes, his father, on the other. Will there be a point in time where the two will be going head to head? And here we go with the dance once again. Not gonna lie, this part kind of sucks. And finally, the twains meet. Roberts dragging him across the ring. There's the tag. Here comes the double team move. And Cody Rhodes across the back of his own father. Has him up, and wow. Alabama slam. Knocking the stuffing out of the old man. This is what happens when you don't give your kids what they want for Christmas. Years later, it comes back. And now Dusty dragging him over. Tags made. A big pop-up pump down across the back of the American Nightmare. Russian leg sweep nicely done by Cody Rhodes. Oh, he's got a barbed wire baseball bat in his hands. Well, he had one. Dusty taking a shot at his own son, distracting him long enough for a big pop-up pump to get back into this lane. Another Russian leg sweep down on top of what's left of that table from earlier on. This cat and mouse game getting a little bit tiresome. Might want to do something about this lockup. Targeting needs to be fixed up just a little bit, I'd say. Cody has him up with a scoop and a slam. Down goes Steiner. Nice elbow drop. And the American Nightmare is in control.
Reversal.
Oh, look at this. Big pop-up pump reversing that one. And now Cody Rhodes with a brain buster. Goes down for the cover, gets one.
Two. No, it's a kick out.
DDT. Shoulder breaker by Cody, and now once again Steiner's in trouble. Cody comes in to break up the submission attempt.
1, 2, 3.
And now the NWA really in trouble as they have fallen down 2 men. And Ricky Steamboat comes in. Meantime, Dusty is catatonic standing in the ring. Cody's got the dragon, slams him down to the mat. We welcome everyone to the Nation Network here on Game On. Donnell Mason in the house. Nice move by the dragon right there to take Cody all the way down. And what is going on with Dusty Rhodes? There's that Alabama jam on top of the railing from that table. This has been a one-sided battle here, ladies and gentlemen. The NWA is getting their asses handed to them by the WWF. Cody had that barbed wire bat, didn't get around to using it. And somebody's got to get Cody Rhodes out of the ring. Oh, that one got him, and he's stunned now. There's a tag made. What is going on? Dusty Rhodes, where the heck is he coming from? Oh my goodness, what a 1-2 punch. And Dusty has just clobbered Dustin. I told you to clean your room. Hulk Hogan getting a shot in. We haven't seen him in the ring yet. There's a tag made, I believe. Nope. Or perhaps it was. So Dusty now is just going to stay inside the ring all the time. Steamboat trying to use that barbed wire baseball bat. Doesn't know how to swing it. Oh, he got brain busted right on top of the bat. And now Hulkamania running wild. The Dragon against the Hulkster. Dropped him right on top of that health regen. And now Cody trying to distract Cody, I beg your pardon, Dusty and Ricky Steamboat simultaneously there. Nice move by the Dragon. The kick's upside the head, and now Hogan in trouble. Series of right hands, and down goes the Dragon. He's got to get away, does Steamboat, from that corner right now. Randy Orton getting his hands on him. Everybody getting a shot. And there's that barbed wire baseball bat being used by Hogan, and Dusty Rhodes breaks up the pin attempt, and now Rhodes with the baseball bat.
Oh, it's a reversal.
Oh, Hogan just got clobbered. It's a 2-on-1. The Hulkster trying to battle back in this one. Dusty Rhodes, I thought, finally leaving the ring. I don't know why they're allowing him to stay in there. We'll refer to it as a 2K. Hogan now has Steamboat and throws him across the ring. What a power slam. Trying for a submission hold. Hogan with the pinfall. Irish whip to the ropes, caught him off there with a power slam. Dusty dropping the elbow.
1, 2. No, it's just a 2. Just a 2.
Hogan takes them both out. Now goes for the cover. And another save by Dusty Rhodes. Steamboat is fortunate he's still in this match right now, but weren't for the 2-on-1 advantage. Dusty comes off the ropes, drops the elbow.
1.
Steamboat gonna try and get him. No.
Just a 2.
He's hulking up. And Hogan with a pile driver. Drops the leg. Hogan goes for the cover. And Rhodes there to make the save.
One, 2. This match will continue.
Backbreaker now by Hogan. Going for the cover once again. He's got to get Dusty Rhodes out of there.
1, 2.
Hogan still
it's a
able to
2
kick
count.
out. He should be making a tag. Get the fresh man in here if you can. Oh, there it is. Spike pile driver. The Dragon is down. Steamboat and Jake the Snake Roberts. No strangers to one another. There's the DDT. At some point in time, are we going to get rid of Dusty Rhodes or what? Goes for the cover once again. Dusty right back up, and he breaks up the pin attempt. Takes them both down. Go for the cover now. Why don't you? Oh, Dusty right back up again. Getting a little bit monotonous. It'd be nice if there were a referee around here.
Reversal. Oh, it's a reversal.
I think we're going to give this another minute.
2. This match continues.
I'm not sure if this was just a glitch that happened because Dusty was supposed to be on the apron, and when he got tagged in, he ended up like coming off the top rope, like the middle of the top rope.
1.
And they're not even acknowledging Dusty's being in the ring right now, so it could have just been a one-off glitch where this doesn't normally happen.
They kicked out. What a reversal. 1.
Oh, now finally somebody from the World Wrestling Federation getting in there and breaking up pin attempts.
1.
The bionic elbow.
1.
And the Hitman running over there. This match is never going to end.
1.
Especially with his fat ass staying in there.
1.
And now Randy Orton. Oh, the Weaver lock.
They gave up.
You've got to be kidding me. Wasn't even a legal man in the match.
2. 3.
All right, Dusty, now get your fat ass in there. Father and son, perhaps? What's going on here? What are we doing? Union meeting taking place here on the floor. Seems there may be a little fly in the ointment there. All right. I didn't say it was perfect. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's even getting better now. Hold on a minute. Dusty went invisible. It's John Cena. He's fucking invisible. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's a one-off. Maybe this kind of thing doesn't normally happen to me. That's you know.
That's what she said.
Look, there's good and there's bad to everything. I will accept this behavior from this game that cost me $7 as opposed to when the same fucking thing happens in 3 weeks for the game that some of y'all are going to pay $150 for. I think this might have been just a one-off glitch that just took place during the match. And also the fact that I'm not playing any of the 10 participants, whereas if I was, then I could go in there and try and get Dusty out of the ring, for example. But I definitely want to mess with the aspect of this game for the creation suite. I really want to dive into that and see what it's all about. The one thing I noticed in this match in particular is that I'm not seeing it right now, number one. Number two is these are all like comic book characters pretty much from an art design. But then Jake Roberts had the LJN where it looked like a pretty good flesh tone. So you can make some realistic skin characters. Now, I'm not sure why everyone chose this art style versus the Jake Roberts LJN. And there was a couple of other LJNs that, again, had that flesh tone feeling to them that wasn't comic book. Just like the Hasbro ones had that hard plastic shell look to them. So I really want to get in there and see what that's all about. I'm pretty sure 2K is not going to give you the chance to make elite action figures, although that would be fun. All right. It's been a heck of a day, has it not? We've talked about 2K. We have talked about alternatives to 2K, and that's where we're at right now, guys. We're 3 weeks away. We still haven't heard all the details. There's still plenty of stuff that I want to know about the universe mode, and that's supposed to be happening on Monday. They're supposed to be doing that on Monday. So we will see if they do that indeed. And if they do, then maybe we'll have something better to talk about. Either way, I'm in the camp. It's going to just kind of sit this one out, and I'm going to wait and see what everyone else's experience looks like. And if it's not a complete piece of shit, then they might get $150 out of me. They might do that. But if I see people having all kinds of problems and, you know, hair flying up in the air, and I'm just not going to go down that road again. They got to prove themselves to me. Let them suck my dick for a change. How's that? I mean, I could use a good sucking. I'm just saying. Throwing it out there. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up on that note. So you guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, it's very important in my world that you find time in your world to say the 2 magic words.
Okay! Game on! 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 Yeah, game on! Running like so wild, twisted in hair like a reckless child. Our keep buzzing electric fire, chasing scores higher, higher.